Hi folks, this is Ray, your friendly neighborhood nerd, and today I've chosen the topic living on the shell. So, what is this shell everybody's talking about? Well, actually it's the command line on Linux, and it's more powerful than you think. So don't be afraid and follow me, and we'll head over to the desktop. First thing we need to talk about is distributions. Linux distributions, that's not magic. I have two virtual machines, they are pretty much identical. One here is running Debian, and the other one back there is running Fedora. They look pretty similar, they are just waiting for the login, and there isn't really a huge difference. And as we log them in, the prompt looks, yeah, kind of similar, but a bit different. It's like, you know, two companies making soup, vegetable soup. There might be some slight differences, but it's still vegetable soup. In our cases here, both machines are running Linux. Both are running off a similar kernel, and that's about it. But you may say, hey Ray, where's exactly some difference? I mean, there must be some difference, really? Well, there is actually. The biggest difference is the package manager that's used to install software and install the updates. Probably, yeah, the background image of the default desktop environment installed, and probably some software versions, but nothing that really matters for what we are trying to do here, which is obviously trying to survive on the shell. All programs, they work on your Linux distribution of choice. The first thing on our list I want to show you is tab complete, which means you start typing a command or a path or something, then you hit the tab key, and it will auto-complete the command. So I will start out by typing NAN because I want to use nano, and I just hit tab and it's auto-completing. It also works with a path like E to C. I type A, P, T, and S, O, and there we go. If there are choices or like multiple things with the same name, which are when I type NA, I hit tab twice, there you go. And the same thing also works on the Fedora, of course. As you see, no big deal. Sometimes it would be cool to, let's say, move the mouse for copy and paste to the shell. Even that's possible, and we got you covered. The program we are using is GPM, and I'll start by installing it. And here we go. This is a mouse cursor. I'm moving around here, and using the left mouse button, we can just mark some text, and using the right mouse button, I can just paste it in. It's as easy as that. Same works on Fedora, of course. Let's say you want to browse the internet, you want to search for something. We got you covered. There's even a browser on the text console named Links. And you might want to check your website with it, just to see how accessible it is. You know, people using a Braille command, a Braille, you know, seeing aid. And not only for that, there is also Google who appreciates it if your website is accessible. But let's start by installing it. Showing off a browser using the root user would be plain stupid. So we don't do that. I'm gonna log in as my user, the one I created before, and if you watch the command prompt, it won't be the hashtag anymore. It will be the $sign, which is always the indication that you are running stuff as a user. I've got a beautiful example here, which is the webpage kernel.org, which we already know. So that's what it looks like on the shell. So that's not pretty different, and we can use the mouse to click links, the one we've used before, or we can use the keyboard to go back and do stuff. There we go. So it's not really different, but in some way it is, right? It might feel strange, but it's just a web browser that you're used to without the graphical jazz. The next thing I don't want to miss are my emails. But there is a program called Alpine, and it's usable on console. No big deal. As we're here, there are 2 free tips for you. Control L clears the screen, and Control D logs you out. To show you that things even work on a completely different distribution, I'm gonna throw Gentoo into the mix and log in onto my box there and just start up Alpine. So what's so special about Gentoo that I bring it up here? Well, it's a distribution where you compile things from scratch. So this uniqueness is, well, it isn't really unique. You just have to think a bit different and outside of the box instead of just installing stuff. But nevertheless, it just works for us. If I go down to the setup, I can set up things like my account there, servers, that I want to query and everything like that, just as I would do in a normal or regular email client. Once I've done with the setup, I can just check my inbox, and as you see on top there, it says no messages. So I didn't receive any messages on this account. Okay, folks. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I would appreciate it if you would leave a like, a comment, or even consider subscribing. Well, you can ask questions in comments, of course, yes. But if you want to catch me live, I'm streaming on Twitch, usually Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays around 5 PM Central European Time. I'll see you there. Ray signing off.